presents Boston Red Sox Baseball 1946. Today, Tuesday, May 14th, from Comiskey Park in Chicago, it's the White Sox hosting the Red Sox. The Red Sox come in at 18-9 and have a 4.5 game lead over mid-pack Chicago. The White Sox are 12-12, and they will feature this afternoon Joe Haynes, who is 1-1 on the year for the Chi Sox, an ERA of 4.87, 20 innings, 24 hits. He's allowed 3 homers, walked 5, and struck out 8. And here is the defense around Joe Haynes this afternoon. Kennedy at third, Luke Appling at short, Don Calloway at second, and Jones at first. Appling, old aches and pains, is the best defender. Taffy right and left, Platt in center, and Moses in right. Moses has the best arm and the best range. And Mike Tresh, who has excellent range behind the plate, but not a great arm. That's the starting defense for the White Sox. Haynes should go the distance. He's a good for around 140 pitches. The lineup for the 18-9 Red Sox: Catfish Mekovich in right, Johnny Pesky will bat second and play short. Ted Williams, who is tied for the lead for the major league lead in home runs with 8, will bat third. Bobby Doerr will clean up at second. Rudy York at first will bat fifth. Dom DiMaggio, the center fielder, bats sixth. Hal Wagner, the catcher, bats seventh. Hernandez, the third baseman, bats eighth. And Boo Ferris will pitch in bat ninth. Now, since we've seen you last, the Red Sox took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees, including that game that you saw. So it's a healthy lead. Two and a half games over the Yankees, 3 over Cleveland, and 4.5 over the Tigers and the White Sox. The Braves, if you're wondering, are tied for 4, are in 4th by themselves at 14-14. 4.5 behind the Brooklyn Dodgers, and they are 4-6. You won't see this in today's game, but if, for the rest of the way, if the Red Sox and Braves are playing at the same time, we'll run that 10-minute ticker that you see on the 64 replay, and so you'll get those scores along with whatever else in real time. So, Catfish Mekovich will lead off. Catfish at .315, 2 homers and 15 RBIs. Haynes is ready. The weather, a beautiful day here in Chicago. 63 degrees, wind blowing out to right center at 5 miles an hour. Pitch to Mekovich is ball 4. So the Red Sox start with a walk. Off to St. Louis from here, and the Browns from Sportsman's Park on Friday. And that'll bring up Johnny Pesky, sitting on a 9-game hitting streak. Johnny at .319, no homers and 12 RBI. Haynes is ready. There's the pitch to Pesky. There's a line drive into center. That's going to drop. Mekovich will hold there. Platt does not have a great arm, but you never want to make the first out. So runners on first and second for Theodore. Teddy at .317, 8 homers and 24 RBI. We told you the 8 homers is good for first in all of baseball, both the American and National League. Pitch from Haynes as a line drive into right. That will score a run as Mekovich scores. Pesky goes to third. And so Williams hits an RBI single first and third, and there's still nobody out for Bobby Doerr. At .308, 2 homers and 21 RBI. The White Sox hold Williams to first. Pitch from Haynes is a ground ball to third. Kennedy boots it. Won't get anybody. Pesky will score, and it went under his glove. Not the start the White Sox wanted, as it's now 2-0 Boston on the Pesky run. So Haynes hasn't retired a batter. He's faced 4 and everyone's reached. Here's Rudy York at .275, 4 homers and 24 RBI. Williams did get an RBI for his hit. Dorr, who reached on the air, does not. Pitch to York, line drive to left. Right has it, and the White Sox finally retire a batter one away. Don DiMaggio had his hitting streak finally snapped, but he's still hitting .371 with a homer and 15 RBI. Haynes is ready, one out here in the top of the first. Just the start of things from Comiskey. Here's the pitch to Dom. Ground ball to second. Callaway to Appling for one. To Jones. They turn it. Not before the Red Sox scored 2 runs on 2 hits in a costly error. After 1/2 inning, it's Boston 2, Chicago coming up. As Dave Ferris takes his warm-up pitches, Boo went 25-6 with 3 saves on the real year. In the replay, he's 4-0 with a 1.30 ERA. In 41 innings, he's allowed 28 hits. He has walked 6 and struck out 13, and this will be the... Oh, let's do the defense around Ferris first. It's the standard defense. Teddy in left, Williams average all the way around. DiMaggio, who's excellent in center but doesn't have a great arm, and Mekovich in right. The average all the way around. Ernie Andrus at third, Johnny Pesky at short, Bobby Dorr at second, and Rudy York at first. Dorr, the best defender of the 4. Wagner, average all the way around behind the plate. Wally Moses will lead off for the White Sox. Kennedy will bat second. Right, Taffy Wright, the left fielder, bats third. Luke Appling will bat fourth, the shortstop. The White Sox had absolutely no power if Luke Appling is hitting fourth. Jones, the first baseman, bats fifth. Platt, the center fielder, bats sixth. Don Callaway will bat seventh. Mike Trench, the catcher, bats eighth. And Joe Haynes, who threw 19 pitches, will bat ninth. And so Wally digs in at 264. No homers and 9 RBI. Pitch to Wally is a line drive that will drop for a single over second base. So the White Sox start this one with a hit. Bob Kennedy, the batter. You see that Bob was wearing that unique hat with the kind of the C in a block letter. It's red, as you can tell. They wore these uniforms for only 1 year, in 46, at home anyway. That different, I don't want to say different, that Sox logo is not one you associate with the White Sox, with the red with a blue outline of the O and the X there. White uniforms, of course, with the wool button-up tops, along with the hat, as you can see on Mr. Kennedy, which would be the C in red and the background in blue. Bob is at 167, no homers and an RBI. Pitch to Bob is a ground ball, base hit in the left field. Williams will cut it off. Moses, Williams bobbles it. So he will score. Kennedy goes into third, and it's a triple. So I got kind of messed up there on the video display there. Williams couldn't get it. It bounced off the wall. So it's an RBI triple by Kennedy that scores Moses, and it's 2-1 with nobody out. And here is the aforementioned Taffy Wright at 390, 3 homers and 16 RBI. Pitch from Ferris is up the middle, and that will drop for a base hit. So the White Sox give up 2, and they taketh 2. The Red Sox, by the way, in their road grays with the blue Boston across the front, with the hat. That's the last year that they don't have the outline on the old English B. Wright is actually a threat to steal. He's a 70% chance. Here's Luke Appling. Appling at 283. No homers. He hit 1 all year. And 11 RBI. Throw to first. Wright is back. Appling nursing a 7-game hitting streak here. And the pitch from Ferris. It's a bunt. Wagner can't handle it and doesn't get a throw off anywhere. So this has been... not the world's best start here, so Wright moves to second, Appling on first, and that will bring up Jake Jones at 327. Only had 79 real life at bats, 2 homers and 11 RBI. We tied game here in the first at 2. Ferris has thrown all of 7 pitches. Chi Sox have 3 hits. Jones pops it up. Infield fly is called. Wagner takes off the mask, and there's finally 1 out. Whitey Platt, the center fielder. Whitey used to play with the Browns. At 143, no homers and 2 RBI. Right off a second, Appling off a first. Here's the pitch to Platt. There's a ground ball to short. Pesky to Dorr for 1, to York for 2. And so the Red Sox will turn 2, not before the White Sox get 2 runs on 3 hits and an error. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? After 1. It's the red version of the footwear 2, the white version 2. They'll bring up Hal Wagner, Andres, and Boo Ferris here in the second. Haynes is ready, the righty. Wagner the lefty at 286, 3 homers, and 18 RBI. Pitch to Hal is a ground ball to short. Appling on the grass, over to Jones. That's an out. So 1 out for Andrus, who is at 292, no homers and 3 RBI. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to third. Kennedy to Jones, 2 out. So Haynes settles in and gets 2 quick outs here in the second. That'll bring up Boo Dave Ferris. And that was his nickname, Boo, as in B-O-O, which you'd like to do when you get behind. Dave is at 111, no homers or RBI. Pitch from Joe Haynes, and Ferris strikes out. He swung on and missed for strike 3. So nothing across for Boston in the second. After 1.5, it's 2-2. Bottom 3 in the order for the White Sox: Callaway, Mike Tresh, and Joe Haynes. Kyle Don is at 323, a homer, and 7 RBI. Pitch from Don. Ground ball to third. Andrus to York for 1 out. This seems to be a monkey-see, monkey-do game right now. Here's Mike Tresh at 180, a homer, and 5 RBI. 9 for 50 on the year. Did not hit a homer in real life in 46, has one in this replay. Pitch to Tresh is a line drive to left. Teddy's there, and he will dive and not get it. So it's a single for Tresh. And now bring up the pitcher, Joe Haynes. Joe is 2 for 7. 10 hits, so Ferris is ready. He'll pitch. He'll give up the bunt. Bunt is down. It is Wagner. He throws at the door, covering first, and that's the out. So score at 2-4 if you are bored to tears. Sacrifice works. Tresh moves to second, and that brings up Ollie Moses, who singled and scored his first time up. First time through. Talk about efficiency. Yes, it's 9 batters, and it's 2-2, but Dave Ferris went through the first 9 in 21 pitches. 4 hits, 2 runs. I believe they are both earned. Pitch to Moses. Got him! So he swung on and missed for strike 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We played 2. Boston 2, Chicago 2. Top of the lineup here for the Red Sox. To third, Mekovich, Pesky, and Williams. Mekovich walked and scored his first time up. Haynes, a more conventional 28 pitches through 2 innings and 9 batters, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. A walk and a strikeout. Pitch to Mekovich. Line drive to right. That will fall for a base hit. Brings up Pesky, who singled and scored his first time up. Gonna be one of those afternoons I see here on the south side. I would say right off the Dan Ryan, but the Dan Ryan Expressway I don't think existed in 1946. Pitch to Johnny Pesky is a ground ball to short. Appling to Callaway for 1, to Jones for 2. And so Pesky hits it to his opposite, and that's a 6-4-3. 2 out for Ted. Williams is 1 for 1. He singled and drove home Mekovich for the game's first run. Ames delivers, and Williams hits one into right center. That will be a single. Moses has it, throws. Oh, no, Williams is going for 2. Here's a throw from Moses, and he is safe. So Williams, who's not the most fleetest of foot, if I said that right, turns that one into a double. Moses has a pretty decent arm. It's a 7 out of 10. So Haynes slaps the ball in the glove, and here's Bobby Dorr, who's 0 for 1. Pitch from Haynes. Williams goes, and Dorr draws a walk. Ball 4. So runners on first and second, and I'll bring up Rudy York, who is 0 for 1. DiMaggio to follow if the inning moves along. Pitch from Joe Haynes as a grounder to third. Kennedy does have it. No! He took his time getting in on a bounder, and York beats it out for a single. So that's a poor play. So the bases are loaded for DiMaggio, who's 0 for 1. Red Sox have 2 runs on 5 hits and an error, and they've stranded 1 so far. The White Sox have 2 runs on 4 hits and an error, and they have stranded 2. Pitch from Haynes is a ground ball right side base hit. Williams will score. Dorr will try to go from third. Moses will throw home and is not in time, and it's 4-2 on the 2-run single by DiMaggio. So that's a big hit. And red trumping white, 4-2. Sounds like a hockey game scrimmage here. Hal Wagner, the batter, held 0 for 1. Pitch for Joe Haynes is ball 4. Well, I don't know how long the computer, or Ted Lyons, I should say, will go with Haynes. This has not been a good effort. He's walked 3 now and given up 6 hits. Ernie Andrus is 0 for 1. They're still loaded. 2 out. York on third. DiMaggio on second. Wagner on first. Here's the pitch. Andres with a line drive into right center. That's going to score multiple runs. York, DiMaggio will score. Wagner holds at third. Andres is on with a double, and it's 6-2 Boston. Brings up Dave Ferris, who was the only strikeout victim for Joe Haynes so far this afternoon. Pitch to Dave is a grounder to third. Kennedy to Jones, and that retires the side. Not before the Red Sox put 4 on the board. You folks will be happy on 5 hits and no errors. After 2.5, it is Boston 6, Chicago 2. So Bob Kennedy, who tripled drove in a run, drove in Moses, and scored himself, will start here in the third. Pitch from Ferris is popped up. Dorr by the bag at second. 1 out. Want to be serious here for a second. Lead time for this one is actually going to be a week. So taping this on the 7th of February, and I'm about to, and probably by the time that you see this, and certainly if you're watching this a couple weeks or even a month in the future, because YouTube is permanent or semi-permanent, about to lose a friend who was actually a old-time White Sox fan. If I might do a tribute game to him. He was he grew up on the south side of Chicago. 59 White Sox fan. That was his first love. Of course, they lost the World Series to the Dodgers. A guy by the name of Gary Steller. God bless him. He's still with us as I tape this, but it's just a matter of time. He's moved into some palliative care. Was a professor at the Community College of Vermont. Just a wonderful, sweet, loving human being who made a big difference in a lot of people's lives, including ours, and we were never in his classroom. Of course, if you consider life a classroom. And so, Gary, wherever you are, by the time that this actually airs, I love you, and I miss you. And I'm glad you're not suffering anymore. All right, on that somber note, he would wish the White Sox to come back, and maybe just for this one game, I would not root for the Red Sox. Here's Taffy Wright. He is 1 for 1 with an RBI single. Gary would not want the attention. No one ever really wants the attention, but I'm just going to miss the guy terribly. And it was this kind of weird, when I pulled this up, I knew I had to tape some games because I was running out of this in the football replay. And the first game that the Red Sox play that we recorded is against the White Sox at Old Comiskey. He would just, we never talked about these sort of things, but he would just be absolutely tickled that someone would play these kind of games. Anyway, here's Wright, as I said, 1 for 1. Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up. York should have it at first, and he does, and there's one quick out. That'll bring up Luke Ampling, old aches and pains at 283. I did that. He reached on an error his first time up. Here's how strange it was. We said he had one real-life home run in 46, and he's hitting cleanup. Luke Appling, Hall of Famer, great defender, a solid hitter. I mean, goodness, he hit 309 in the real year. He is probably best known to anyone under the age of 60 for a home run he hit at Washington's Robert F. Kennedy Stadium in the first Cracker Jack Old Timers game in 1982. It was live on ESPN, or maybe it was the next night. And I'd have to look. I mean, if Appling hit 20 homers in his career, I'd be stunned. But I believe it was Warren's spot, and he just deposited one in the left. It was one of those great moments that, hey, you just never know. Pitch to Appling is a ground ball to second. Dorr has it over to York. 2 out. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. I'm sorry, that's 3 outs. Told you. Not my day. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3, it's Boston 6. Chicago 2-1. It's the top of the lineup for the Red Sox again. Mekovich, Pesky, and Williams. Joe Haynes now has thrown 3 innings. This was not an efficient trip. 69 pitches, 7 hits, 6 runs. I'm going to say they're all earned, right? Yeah, they're all earned. No home runs. Walked 3 and struck out 1. Mekovich, one of those walks, along with a single to run scored. 1 for 1. And Catfish will pop this one in the right. Moses comes in. 1 out. For Johnny Pesky, who's 1 for 2. Single scored in the first. Here's the pitch to Johnny, and there's a fly ball to right. Moses goes back to the wall, and it's gone! So Johnny Pesky with a solo shot. This was a huge park. It was not easy to hit one out of Comiskey. And that one says it went 361. That's Johnny's first one of the year. So here's Williams with 7 more. It's 2 for 2. He has singled and doubled, driven in a run and scored. Now hitting 330. Remember a couple of weeks ago, he was hitting like 245. By the way, he is still drawing 29 walks in 28 games and struck out 6 times. Pitch to Williams is a fly ball to right. He'll be retired this time. Moses has it for the out. 2 out for Bobby Dorr, who was 0 for 1, reached on an error, walked, and scored. 7-2 Boston. Rounder to first. Jones to Haynes, and that retires the side. A run on a hit and no errors after 3.5. Hitting 7-2 Boston. The Shy Sox will bring up Jake Jones, Luke Platt, and Don Callaway here in the 4th. Jake is 0 for 1, and Ferris, after that interesting first, has settled right down in. He is looking for win number 5 on the year, and the Red Sox are looking for their 19th. Pitch to Jones is a ground ball to third. Andres to York for the out. 1 out for Whitey Platt. I said really, didn't I? Whitey is 0 for 1. Ferris delivers, and there's a fly ball to left. Williams in foul territory. No. Don't know when this actual picture of Comiskey was taken. It's certainly the 60s. You can the exploding scoreboard is there. Don't know what Bowman was, but the end on the left part of the top, that red blob is a Coke ad, and I don't think there's a stripe underneath Coca-Cola. So I'm going to say 60s. Platt is 0 for 1. The count is no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 is a fly ball to right. Mekovich moves over. Man, oh, it's foul. So the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Pitch from Ferris is a popper in the left. That will drop for a hit. So Platt has a single. 5th hit for the White Sox. Here's Callaway. Don is 0 for 1. Pitch. There's a base hit right side. So the White Sox are in business here. Platt will hold Callaway on first. For Mike Tresh, who's 1 for 1. Singled his first time up. Haynes' spot is due up. I don't think the computer will replace him. 1 out. Pitch to Tresh. Ground ball to second. Dorr boots it. It's an error. And everybody's safe. He tried to throw it before he had it, and instead he got nobody. So here's Haynes. He bunted his first time up, I believe. And they do the right thing and pinch hit for him. Here's Hal Trosky. Hal is at 212 on the year, no homers and 7 RBI. He's a 254 hitter. He gets righties at a 260 clip. So bases full of Chicagoans. Ladd on third, Callaway on second, Tresh on first, and the White Sox can make a game of this if they can get on, if they can somehow push one or two across the plate. Pitch to Trosky is a fly pop-up. First base side, York by the dugout. No, sir. So it's 0-2 again. Pitch to the lefty is a line drive to left. Back goes Williams. He makes the catch. Platt will tag and score. Williams actually made a tremendous play just to flag that one down. He dove and tripped along the warning track. So Teddy saves at least a run. It's 7-3 Boston. Now, here's Wally Moses. So as the White Sox begin their third trip through the lineup, Dave Ferris has thrown 51 pitches. That's still very good. 3 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, I'm going to say. No walks, and Wally Moses was the lone strikeout. Boston could use another one here. Moses, ground ball to door, over to Pesky at second to retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error. After 4, Boston 7, Chicago 3, and Ralph Hamner is your pitcher. Ralph has no record, has a save actually, and an earned run average of .527, 13 innings, 17 hits. He has allowed a home run. He has walked 9 and struck out 4. We'll face York, DiMaggio, and Wagner here in the 5th. Rudy is 1 for 2. He singled and scored. Pitch from Hamner is outside for ball 4. So it was high and outside on a 3-0 pitch. That'll bring up DiMaggio on the walk. Donnie singled 1 for 2. He's driven in 2. Drove those in the 3rd inning and scored himself. So a pretty successful day for DiMaggio, who now has 17 RBI. And there is a grounder to third. Kennedy across the diamond to Jones for the shore out. So York moves to second, 1 out for Wagner, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Pitch from Hamner is popped up. Callaway behind the bag, 2 out. For Ernie Andrus, who somehow, he only had 1 real-life RBI. He has 5 in this replay. 2 this afternoon on the double. And there is a line drive into left. He's going to get a 3rd RBI as York scores. It's now 8-3. And Andrus is playing the game of his life. Here's Boo Ferris. Davis 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Pitch from Hamner is ball 4, and so Ferris goes to first. A 3-2 fastball missed low and inside, and that'll bring up Catfish Mekovic, who is 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and scored. 8-3 Boston. Pitch to Mekovic. Got him. 1-2 pitcher swung on and missed. 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. Halfway home at Comiskey, it's Boston 8, Chicago 3. Bob Kennedy, followed by Taffy Wright and Luke Ampling. Kennedy is 1 for 2 with an RBI triple. Pitch from Ferris is a line drive into left for a base hit. So this is not Ferris' sharpest outing, but he sits with a 5-run lead. Kennedy not a threat to steal. Here's Taffy Wright. Taffy 1 for 2. RBI single. Here's the pitch. Here's another base hit. This is going to be for extra bases. It goes all the way to the wall. Kennedy will hold in at third. The throw in to second is not in time. Wright slides in with a double, and that'll bring up Appling with runners in scoring position. 0 for 1. There's a ground ball to short. Pesky will concede the run over to first in time. Kennedy scores. It's 8-4 Boston. And they'll bring up Jake Jones, who's 0 for 2. Wright moves to second on the throw. There was no chance of a double play. Ferris delivers, and there's a line drive right to DiMaggio. No! He's going to have to die for it. Can't get it. Wright will round third. Jones is going to have at least 2. DiMaggio will throw it in. And so it's 8-5 Boston. And that'll bring up Whitey Platt. 1 for 2. An RBI, and a run scored, and a single. So at 8-5, there's still only one out here in the bottom of the 5th. The White Sox are just going to be quite pesky this afternoon. Here's the pitch to Platt. There's a liner to center. DiMaggio dives and makes a great catch. Do they double Jones? No, but it was close. So 2 out. 8 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Red Sox. They've traded 5. 5 runs, 9 hits, an error, and the White Sox have stranded 4 so far. Callaway 1 for 2 with a single. And the pitch from Ferris is a ground ball base hit right side. Jones will do what? Will he hold? They throw home. So there'll be a play at the plate. It's close. Nope. Jones gets it. Wagner tried to make the tie, but there was a pile of dust and a hand on the plate. So it's now 8-6. And Ferris has given up 10 hits. And here's Mike Tresh. He's 1 for 2. That one hit being the single. Ground ball to Pesky. He'll flip it to Dorr to retire the side. But not before Chicago gets 3 on 4 hits and no errors. We've played 5. It's Boston 8, Chicago 6. It'll be Pesky, Williams, and Dorr here in the 6th against Ralph Hamner. Second inning coming for Ralph. Johnny is 2 for 3. He homered his last time up. He only had 2 all year. And had his first of the year today in the replay today. So a single, a homer, scored twice, and drove in himself. Pitch to Johnny. Ball 4. So he got one outside on a 3-2 pitch, and that'll bring up Williams. Ted is 2 for 3. He is singled, doubled, scored, and drove in a run. His 25th. Ted popped up. Right side. Jones should have it. He does. 1 out. Brings up Bobby Dorr. Bobby's 0 for 2. He is walked and scored. I believe reached on an error. This time he puts one into left center. Back goes Platt to the track. Makes the catch. Pesky retreats back to first. And there's 2 outs here in the 6th. For Rudy York, who was 1 for 2, he is singles, walked and scored twice. Pesky on first, throw to first, runner back. Pitch to York. And he got him. He watched strike 3 go by. No runs, no hits, no errors. 5.5 down. It's Boston 8, Chicago 6. It's Hamner, the pitcher's spot to lead off, with Moses and Kennedy to follow. Kennedy. So let's see what they do with Hamner, who does not have an at-bat in the replay. He does now. Ground ball to second. Dorr cuts it off. Over to York. 1 out. So with a potential of 70 pitches, Hamner's 40 keeps him in the game. He's actually done a decent job. Here's Wally Moses. Wally is 1 for 3 as Dave Ferris starts his 4th trek through the lineup. 5 in the 3rd innings. Still 74 pitches. 10 hits. And a strikeout. All 6. No, there's an unearned run in there somewhere. Pitch to Moses is popped up. Pesky weaves everyone away and makes the catch on the cut of the grass. 66 degrees now, and that little bit of wind is blowing the cigar smoke out to right. So those behind the Red Sox dugout with the popcorn and the cigars are sharing their experience with everybody. Here's Kennedy. Bob is 2 for 3, single and a triple, scored twice, drove in a run. Ferris delivers, ground ball right to Andrus. Over to York on a bang-bang play for the out. No runs, no hits, no errors. White Sox go in order after 6. It's Boston 8, Chicago 6. So I'll bring up DiMaggio, Wagner, and Andrus here in the 7th. Ferris will bat if the inning is extended. DiMaggio 1 for 3, drove in 2 in the 3rd on a single. Dom hits one down to Kennedy at 3rd. Over to Jones, and it's in time for the out. 1 out. Here's Wagner. Hal is 0 for 2. He's walked. Hamner threw 2 in the 3rd. A hit, walked 3, and struck out 2. Wagner. Fly ball to right center. There goes Platt. He makes the catch for the out. 2 out. Here's Ernie Andrus, who is having one of those days that you wouldn't believe. He has 3 RBIs. He's 2 for 3, single and double. He had 3 RBIs for the replay coming into the game, and now he has 6. In real life, as I said, he had 1. And Andrus this time will line a base hit into center field. He really is living the life of Riley out there. We'll bring up Dave Ferris. Dave is 0 for 2. He has walked and struck out. Pitch from Hamner is a ground ball up the middle. Hamner gets it over to Jones, and that retires the side. Stretch time here at Comiskey. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. It's the Red Sox 8, the White Sox 6. As we said Friday afternoon from St. Louis, it's the Browns hosting the Red Sox. And I'll try not to call them the Cardinals, because when you associate St. Louis and baseball, Browns does not roll off the tongue. Taffy right, Luke Appling, and Jones will bat here in the 7th against Boo Ferris. Taffy is singled and doubled, scored a run and drove in a run, 2 for 3. Pitch from Ferris is a fly ball in the left center. DiMaggio, 1 out. So here's Appling, 0 for 2 with an RBI. Red Sox hang on to win, they'll go 19-9. The Shy Sox will fall to 12-13, 5.5 behind the American League leading Boston Red Sox. Appling sitting on a 7-game hitting streak, make that an 8 as he grounds that one up the middle for a base hit. I'll bring up Jake Jones. Jake is 1 for 3. You'd think I could at least remember his name. Has a double, a run scored, and an RBI. 1 out here at the bottom of the 7th. Jones is the tying run in an 8-6 Red Sox lead. Throw to first, and Appling is back. All right, pitch to Jones. Ground ball to second. Door to Pesky for 1. To York. Yes, sir. They turn it. And that will be it. So we'll have a new pitcher. It'll be Frank Popish. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the 8th. It's the lefty Popish here to pitch. It's still Boston 8, Chicago 6. And so Popish has not pitched all that well. A better real-life pitcher than what the computer has done with him so far. He is 0-2 with an earned run average of .523. It's a 7-5 record on the real year with a .274 ERA. In 10 innings, he's allowed 15 hits, a homer, walked 4, and struck out 8. And he gets the heart of the Red Sox, or the top of the Red Sox lineup here in the 8th. Mekovich, Pesky, and Williams, 3 lefties to face the left-handed Popish. Mekovich is 1 for 3. He has singled, walked, scored, and struck out. Popish delivers, and there's a fly ball to center. Platt makes the catch for 1 out, for first out. Here's Pesky. Johnny is 2 for 3. And that home run to right center, his first of the year. Pitch to Johnny. Strike him out. Wow. He swung on and missed on an 0-2 pitch. Struck out 17 times all year, and I think he's probably done that at the computer games. Here's Teddy. Ted Williams is 2 for 4. Single, double, drove in a run and scored. Busy day for Ted. And there's an extra base hit into right center. A bad play by Moses. The ball gets to the wall. Williams, is he going to go? No, well, hold with a double. He rounded second, but thought better of it. Moses has a good arm. And then he'll bring up Bobby Doerr. Bobby is 0 for 3. He has walked and scored. And with 2 outs here in the 8th, the Red Sox are looking to add an insurance run. And they will give Doerr 4 wide ones. And they'll bring up Rudy York, who was 1 for 3. He has singled, walked, scored twice, and struck out. So Popish has thrown 15 pitches and hopes to get out of this unscathed. Pitch to Sergeant York is a fly ball to left. Right, foul territory, out of play. Speaking of things that have happened since we last taped anything, we're taping this a couple days after the Super Bowl. What a comeback from the Patriots, huh? I know those of you watching this who are Red Sox fans will want to remember that, but yeah, 25 down. That's incredible. We'll talk more about it in the football game next week. The football game that, well, actually, you'll see this after that football game. So, congratulations again to the Patriots. 1-2 the count to York. Here's the pitch from Popish. There's a line drive to second. Callaway has it. That retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 7.5 in the ledger. It's still Boston 8, Chicago 6. So it's Whitey Plant, Don Callaway, and Mike Tresh for the White Sox. Whitey is 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. Ferris, 86 pitches through 7. Fly ball to center. DiMaggio makes the catch for the out. Ball was hit hard, but I think it's 420, 440 out there. It was a long way, and DiMaggio just ran it down. Chamber of Commerce is loving this day, 68 degrees, and that wind, what little is still blowing out to right at 5. Don Callaway is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and broken in a run. And there's a ground ball to third. Andres over to York for the out. So 2 out for Mike Tresh, who was 1 for 3. Pitcher spot will be up next if Tresh reaches. Has a single already today, and he draws a walk. Don't think anyone minds that because now the White Sox will have to tip their hand what they will do. Popish is actually 2 for 2 this year with a double. But the old veteran Thurman Tucker will bat. Thurman at 277, no homers and 9 RBI. Ferris delivers, and there's a fly ball to center. DiMaggio will not get there. So Tresh goes to third. He will hold there. Tucker with a pinch hit single. And Chicago now has 12 hits this afternoon. Runners on first and third, 2 out for Wally Moses. So as Ferris starts his 5th trip through the lineup, still only at 97 pitches, 7 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, a walk and a strikeout, and Moses being the lone strikeout victim. I'm telling you just how much things have changed from the late 40s to now. In 274 real-life innings, Ferris only fanned 106. Pitch to Moses. There's a ground ball to short. Pesky to Doerr, and that retires the side. It's Emmett O'Neill on the pitch for the Chi Sox. He'll face DiMaggio, Wagner, and Andres here in the 9th. O'Neill has pitched some, but he doesn't have an inning on his dance card. He has a walk. On the real year, 3 innings, 4 hits, and 5 walks. DiMaggio comes to the plate. Dami's 1 for 4. He had that 2-run single in the 3rd and scored himself. O'Neill delivers, and there's a ground ball to Kennedy at 3rd, over to 1st for the out, 1 out. So no changes in the defense for anybody. And here's Wagner. Hal, one of 2 players not to have, 3 players not to have a hit for Boston. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Pitch from O'Neill is a grounder to short. Appling with a hard throw, and that's 2 out. Ball bounded right to him, and it was a hard throw. So here's Andrus again, 10 for 28 on the year. He only was supposed to hit 098, so he 357. Putting 3 for 4 today. Ground ball to O'Neill, making 3 for 5 over to first, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Ferris doesn't even have the fatigue warning out yet. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's Boston 8, Chicago 6. 8 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors for the Red Sox. They've stranded 9. The White Sox 6 runs on 12 hits and an error, and they have stranded 7. So Bob Kennedy, Taffy Wright, and Luke Appling. And if anyone should reach, Jake Jones. Pitch to Kennedy, and that will have a reach as that is driven into right center. It's a leadoff single for Bob. And that'll bring up Taffy Wright, who is 2 for 4. Single, double RBI and a run scored. He is the tying run here in the bottom of the ninth. Ferris delivers, and that's ball 4. And so now the winning run, or the tying run, is on base for Appling, who represents at the moment the winning run with nobody out. Here's the pitch. Here's a fly ball to left. Back goes Williams to the track. 1 out. Kennedy retreats to second and will hold there. So Jake Jones, a batter who does have some power. 3 homers and 79 real-life at-bats. 2 homers and 53 on the replay. He is the winning run at the plate. Ferris takes a deep breath and delivers, and there is a fly ball deep to right. Back goes Mekovich, and there's 2 out. So the Chi Sox are down to their last out. And Whitey Platt, who does have 3 homers and 247 real-life at-bats, is the last hope this afternoon for the White Sox. Ferris, the pitch. And there's a fly ball to left center. DiMaggio should have it, and the Red Sox win it. It wasn't pretty at times, but they hold on to win 8-6. So in 2 hours and 25 minutes, the Red Sox get 8 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. And the White Sox 6 runs on 13 hits and an error. Ferris had minus stuff, and that's not a surprise. Haynes had his normal stuff. Oh, look at that ERA now, 6.66. All right. Let's take a look. It's a busy summary here. In the first, the Red Sox got 2. Ted Williams brought in, or Johnny Pesky put up a hitting streak down to 10 games. Ted Williams singled to score 1 run to make it 1-0 Boston. Bobby Doerr hit a fielder's choice and reached on an error by Kennedy at third to make it 2-0 Boston. White Sox came back and tied it right away. Kennedy tripled to score Wally Moses to make it 2-1. Then Taffy Wright singled him home to make it 2 apiece. In the third, the Red Sox scored 4. They sent 9 to the plate. They batted around. They got 4 runs and 5 hits and 2 walks. Don DiMaggio with a 2-run single to make it 4-2. That ended up, actually that's not true. Ernie Andrus, part of his big day, doubled home 2 to make it 6-2. In the fourth, Johnny Pesky with a game-winning RBI to make it 7-2 on a solo shot to right center. But back came the White Sox. They scored 1 in the fourth to make it 7-3 on Hal Trotsky's sac fly. In the fifth, the Red Sox made it 8-3 as Ernie Andrus singled home Rudy York. In the bottom of the fifth, the White Sox got it as close as they could. Luke Appling with a fielder's choice that made it 8-4. Jake Jones doubled home Taffy Wright to make it 8-5, and then Don Calloway singled Jones in to make it 8-6. Notables: Ted Williams 3 for 5 with 2 doubles. Johnny Pesky, as we said, 2 for 4, a homer and 2 runs scored. Ernie Andrus 3 for 5, a double and 3 RBIs. He'll never play a better game in his entire life. Bob Kennedy for the White Sox, 3 for 5, a triple and 2 runs. Dave Ferris goes the distance, 5 earned runs. This is not going to get him a spot in pitching beauty. 5 earned runs, 6 runs total, 13 hits, 9 innings, 2 walks and a strikeout. However ugly it was, he is now 5-0 on the year. Joe Haynes did not pitch well. Over 4 innings, 7 earned runs, 8 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 1. He moves to 1-2 on the year. With that, the Red Sox moved to 19-9, and for the moment have a 3-game lead over the Yankees. They lead the majors in hitting at .295. And with his 5th win, Boo Ferris leads the majors. And the Red Sox have 3 first-team All-Stars: Dorr at second, Pesky at short, and Williams in left. And that'll do. So thanks for being with us. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. We release videos several times a week for Retro Sports Network. Until we talk to you Friday from St. Louis, and when the Red Sox take on the Browns, I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you the next time.